Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of the 6 most valuable, ultra-rare coins ever discovered. These are not just pieces of metal, they are hidden treasures capable of changing fortunes. Stay with me as we uncover their mystery, unheard value, and the incredible stories behind them. Don't forget, and let's begin this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. First up, the 1968 5 new Pence stands as one of the most fascinating early decimal coins ever struck, carrying with it the weight of a monumental monetary shift in the United Kingdom. As one of the first coins introduced during the transition from the old pre-decimal system to the modern decimal structure, it reflects a moment in history when an entire nation adjusted to a new way of calculating value. Even when found in dirty or heavily circulated condition, the 1968 issue radiates the spirit of change, modernization, and national identity. Its design, featuring the crowned Scottish thistle, was more than artwork. It became a symbol of unity across a transforming economic landscape. Collectors today still feel a certain thrill when holding a piece from this groundbreaking era, especially because early decimal issues were produced with distinctive compositions and stylistic choices that were never repeated in exactly the same way. Despite being mass-produced, the 1968 5 new Pence becomes remarkably desirable when found in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition. Its copper-nickel composition is not only durable but also historically significant, reflecting the choice to move toward metals that were both stronger and more suitable for high-volume circulation. However, coins that survived decades without extensive wear are surprisingly scarce, which elevates their desirability among serious collectors. This rarity is further amplified when the coin is discovered in its original detail beneath layers of dirt or tarnish, a reminder that even neglected pieces can reveal breathtaking craftsmanship once properly conserved. The contrast between its robust metal and delicate engraving makes the 1968 issue a perfect representation of durability meeting elegance. What truly multiplies the fascination with the 1968 5 new Pence is its increasing market value. Over the years, exceptional specimens, especially those restored, professionally cleaned, or preserved in high grades, have fetched anywhere between $1,000 and $9,000 or even more in certain collector circles. This dramatic price range is fueled not only by rarity, but also by the growing nostalgia surrounding early decimal coinage. The cultural impact of the 1968 series cannot be understated. Older generations remember the transition vividly, and younger collectors seek these coins as relics of a system that disappeared before they were born. As interest increases globally, competition among collectors pushes prices upward, reinforcing the coin's status as a hidden gem of numismatics. For the investor, the 1968 5 new Pence offers remarkable long-term potential. Early decimal coins are steadily emerging as a new frontier in the hobby, shifting attention away from ancient and pre-Victorian coins toward modern historical moments. Because the 1968 issue represents the very beginning of the decimal era, its significance only grows with time. Investors who acquire high-grade, certified pieces stand to benefit from appreciation driven by limited supply and rising global curiosity. Even coins found in dirty condition can unexpectedly transform into valuable assets once restored by professionals who understand how to protect the original surfaces without damaging their integrity. This combination of history, scarcity, and transformation makes the coin a compelling investment for both beginners and seasoned collectors. Collectors seeking this coin should always emphasize condition above everything else. While a filthy or corroded piece may appear unattractive at first glance, its hidden details can reveal remarkable sharpness beneath years of neglect. Certification through reputable grading authorities helps secure market confidence, ensuring that the coin's authenticity and grade are universally recognized. Understanding grading standards, particularly the difference between circulated, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated, empowers collectors to evaluate purchases intelligently and protect themselves from misleading claims. A properly graded 1968 5 new pence can become a cornerstone piece in any early decimal collection. Community involvement also plays a vital role in locating rare examples of the 1968 5 new pence. Engaging with other collectors through forums, organized clubs, auctions, and numismatic groups provides access to knowledge, trading opportunities, and genuine mentorship. Many of the finest specimens discovered in recent years came from private collections shared only within tight-knit communities. When collectors come together, they unlock deeper insights into preservation, cleaning techniques, and market patterns that the average buyer may never encounter alone. These shared experiences often lead to better investments and smarter acquisitions. Culturally, the 1968 5 new pence is more than currency. It is a symbol of a nation embracing modernization during a period of rapid change. For many, it represents the end of the old British monetary identity and the birth of a streamlined system aligned with global standards. This symbolism resonates far beyond the borders of the United Kingdom. International collectors see early decimal coins as artistic expressions of British heritage, and the 1968 issue, being the first of its kind, captures a turning point in global cultural history. Its design, metalwork, and significance give it a universal appeal that extends well beyond financial value. As decades pass, the long-term appreciation of the 1968 5 new pence seems almost inevitable. Historical coins become more cherished as time increases the distance between their origin and the present day, and this particular coin, rooted in transformation, authenticity, and national identity, continues to rise in both monetary and cultural worth. Its combination of rarity, nostalgia, and artistic elegance guarantees ongoing demand, while its iconic place in numismatic history ensures that collectors will always value it as more than a simple piece of metal. Whether held as an investment, a historical treasure, or a symbol of cultural evolution, the 1968 5 new pence remains a timeless reminder of a moment when the future of British currency was forever rewritten. The legacy of the 1968 5 new pence grows even deeper when considering how it marked a turning point in the public's relationship with everyday money. Before decimalization, the British monetary system was notoriously complex, built on centuries of traditions that no longer matched modern economic needs. When the new coins arrived, many citizens approached them with curiosity, uncertainty, and even resistance. Yet the 5 new pence quickly became a familiar sight, and that familiarity helped ease the nation into a new financial era. Today, holding one of these coins feels like stepping into that exact moment of transition, a reminder of how societies evolve and adapt through even the smallest objects. This emotional connection gives the coin a cultural value far beyond its metal composition or catalog ranking. Collectors also appreciate how the 1968 5 new pence embodies the artistry of mid-20th century British minting. The crown thistle was more than a decorative symbol. It represented Scotland's identity and its integral place within the United Kingdom. The coin's balanced spacing, sharp-edged lettering, and sturdy copper-nickel surface showcase a period when traditional engraving techniques still guided coin designs before digital sculpting took over. Even in dirty or corroded condition, the underlying craftsmanship persists, waiting to be revealed through proper conservation. When restored carefully, the sharpness of the thistle, the crown, and the lettering shines, reminding collectors that these coins were engineered with the same pride and precision as the most celebrated British issues. In recent years, international markets have shown rising interest in early decimal coins, especially those minted in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Countries far from the United Kingdom, including Australia, Canada, South Africa, and parts of Asia, have developed strong communities of British coin collectors who value the 1968 5 new pence for its historical significance and accessibility. This widespread demand has created a competitive global environment where high-grade pieces are snapped up quickly and prices rise accordingly. As more collectors recognize the importance of Britain's decimal transition, the earliest issues, like the 1968 5 new pence, continue to gain international prestige. Another reason for its soaring appreciation is the expanding interest in coins that mark political and societal transformations. Many collectors prefer coins not simply for their age or metal, but for the story they represent. The 1968 5 new pence captures a moment when the United Kingdom aligned itself with global decimal norms and embraced a future-oriented vision. Coins that symbolize such turning points often experience stronger value growth over time because they appeal to historians, cultural scholars, and long-term investors alike. This cross-disciplinary appeal means the 1968 5 new pence is not limited to traditional numismatists, widening its audience and boosting its long-term value trajectory. Ultimately, what secures the 1968 5 new pence as an enduring treasure is its timeless combination of cultural symbolism, historical significance, and investment promise. It is a coin that attracts beginners with its story, rewards experienced collectors with its scarcity, and satisfies investors with its consistent upward trend. As decades continue to pass, the coin's connection to the beginning of Britain's decimal era ensures that it will only become more important, more desirable, and more celebrated in global numismatics. Whether displayed in a collection, preserved in a protective case, or passed down through generations, the 1968 5 new pence remains a powerful reminder that even small coins can hold vast cultural and financial value. Second, the 1969 5 new pence stands as one of the most historically meaningful early decimal coins, carrying the momentum of Britain's shift from the traditional pre-decimal system to a modernized, globally aligned monetary structure. Introduced only a year after the first decimal issues of 1968, the 1969 version reflects the stabilizing years of this transition, where both curiosity and confusion filled the air as citizens adapted to a completely new way of calculating value. Even when the coin is found in very dirty condition, its bold crowned thistle design and the strength of its copper-nickel composition still speak to its remarkable origins. The 1969 issue captures a snapshot of national evolution, marking a moment when everyday life changed forever. And that deep historical context is exactly what draws collectors toward it with unshakable enthusiasm. Although millions were minted, it is the rarity of the 1969 5 new pence in higher grades that fuels its staggering value among collectors. Very fine, extremely fine and uncirculated examples have become increasingly difficult to locate, because most of the coins entered heavy circulation and experienced decades of wear. Even when a dirty or grimy piece surfaces, experienced numismatists know that underneath the discoloration there may be sharp details, strong lettering, and crisp design features waiting to be revealed. This potential for discovery adds an exciting element of mystery to every old 1969 5 new pence encountered. The coin's copper-nickel metal not only showcases durability, but also symbolizes Britain's effort to adapt its currency to modern standards of practicality and longevity. Its market value is another aspect that gives the 1969 5 new pence a legendary status. Specimens in exceptional condition, properly graded and authenticated, have reached astonishing prices ranging from $1,000 to $9,000 or even higher in exclusive collector markets. These prices may sound unbelievable for a coin once worth just a few pence, yet rarity, historical timing, and global collector demand combine to push the value upward year after year. Even coins discovered in dirty condition can transform into valuable treasures after proper professional restoration, making this issue one of the most exciting opportunities for collectors who enjoy the thrill of uncovering a hidden gem. The unpredictability and potential of the 1969 5 new pence create a sense of adventure rarely found in modern numismatics. For those approaching this coin as an investment, the prospects are remarkably strong. Early decimal issues are seeing a surge in worldwide interest, as international collectors begin recognizing the importance of Britain's currency transformation era. The 1969 5 new pence, sitting at the very beginning of this historic shift, benefits tremendously from this trend. Investors who focus on securing high-grade certified examples stand to gain the most, as third-party graded coins command significantly higher premiums and offer long-term market stability. Even beginners with limited experience can enter this market successfully by staying vigilant, learning how grading works, and watching how prices evolve in auction houses and collector networks. The combination of scarcity, demand, and historical weight makes the 1969 issue one of the most promising decimal-era investments. Collectors pursuing this coin must always place emphasis on condition and authenticity. A dirty or tarnished piece should never be dismissed on appearance alone, as many high-grade coins have spent decades untouched in drawers, boxes, and old bags, collecting grime but preserving their original detail beneath. Submission to reputable grading services ensures the coin's true state is documented and recognized, giving collectors confidence and enhancing future resale value. Understanding grading standards like very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated becomes essential, as even a minor difference in sharpness or luster can dramatically affect the coin's price. This level of knowledge turns collecting into both an art and a discipline, creating a rewarding experience with every new discovery. Becoming part of the broader collecting community is equally important. The finest examples of the 1969 5 new pence often circulate quietly among experienced collectors who share their finds, trade rare pieces, and exchange knowledge in specialized groups, forums, or numismatic clubs. Joining these communities opens doors to insights that cannot be found anywhere else. Collectors learn which auctions deliver the best results, which restoration techniques are safest, and which sellers maintain the highest reputation. These relationships enrich the hobby and make the search for rare coins not just a personal mission, but a shared journey filled with education, passion, and camaraderie. Culturally, the 1969 5 new pence represents more than a monetary change. It symbolizes Britain's embrace of modernization and its desire to align with a rapidly evolving global economy. The crowned thistle on the reverse side celebrates Scotland's heritage, reinforcing unity within a kingdom undergoing economic rebirth. This cultural messaging appeals to collectors around the world who see the coin as both artistic and symbolic. International enthusiasts appreciate how a small piece of metal can encapsulate such a dramatic shift in national identity, making it not just a collectible coin, but a cultural artifact. Its design carries a universal message about adaptability, change, and progress. As time advances, the long-term appreciation of the 1969 5 new pence appears almost guaranteed. Its position at the dawn of the decimal era, its scarcity and high-grade condition, its striking design, and its growing global demand all combine to elevate its numismatic stature. Every year that passes strengthens its desirability and deepens its historical importance. Whether held for investment, preserved as a cultural treasure, or added to a growing collection of early decimal issues, the 1969 5 new pence remains a shining example of how ordinary currency can evolve into an extraordinary piece of history. Its legacy, value, and international appeal will only continue to rise, ensuring its place as one of the most important decimal coins ever struck. The 1969 5 new pence also holds a special place among collectors because it captures the final years before Britain's full decimalization took effect in 1971. During this transitional period, many older and newer coins circulated side by side, creating a unique blend of past and future within everyday transactions. The public was still learning how to convert values, compare denominations, and trust the new system, which gives the 1969 issue a distinct historical flavor. Every surviving coin carries the memory of that learning curve, a time when the nation felt both excitement and uncertainty. Holding a 1969 piece today is like touching the pulse of a country adapting to change, a quality that elevates its significance beyond its physical form. Collectors are also drawn to the subtle differences in strike quality and finish found in some 1969 examples, especially those preserved in untouched condition beneath layers of dirt. Coins that were stored away in jars, drawers, or fabric pouches often avoided the harsh where that results from years in circulation. Even if they appear dull or stained at first sight, their underlying sharpness can be exceptional once cleaned professionally. This hidden beauty effect makes the search for the 1969 5 new pence especially rewarding. You never know whether an ordinary-looking, dirty piece might reveal extraordinary detail, something collectors describe as one of the most thrilling experiences in numismatics. In international markets, the appeal of early British decimal coins continues to expand, with the 1969 5 new pence being one of the most sought-after pieces. Collectors from North America, Europe, and Asia see the decimal transition as an important economic milestone, and they value coins that reflect this moment of global modernization. Auction houses have reported increasing participation from overseas buyers, many of whom are eager to secure well-preserved decimal-era coins before prices climb even higher. This global interest contributes directly to the coin's rising value, creating a competitive environment that benefits long-term investors and dedicated collectors alike. The 1969 5 new pence also stands out as a symbol of lasting craftsmanship, representing a period when artistry and industrial precision worked hand in hand at the Royal Mint. The engraved thistle, the crown, and the clean lettering demonstrate the fine balance between symbolic meaning and technical execution. Even after decades of dirt, discoloration, or dulling, the design elements continue to maintain their integrity. When collectors restore these coins, they often marvel at how well the details have survived, proof that the mint's workmanship was built to endure generations. This durability makes the coin not only valuable today, but also likely to remain significant far into the future. Ultimately, the 1969 5 new pence continues to rise in prominence because it offers collectors everything they could want: historical depth, cultural symbolism, rarity in high grades, and strong investment potential. Its place at the dawn of decimalization gives it a timeless narrative that appeals to both new collectors and lifelong numismatists. As global appreciation grows and more collectors seek out early decimal issues, the long-term value of this coin is expected to strengthen even further. In a world where many modern coins lack character or historical significance, the 1969 5 new pence stands tall, an enduring reminder that even the smallest denomination can carry an enormous legacy, shaping its journey from common pocket change to a prized numismatic treasure. Third, the 1979 5 new pence may not seem extraordinary at first glance, especially when found in dirty or heavily circulated condition, but beneath that layer of grime lies a powerful piece of Britain's early decimal history. Although the main decimal transition took place in 1971, the late 1970s issues like the 1979 5 new pence still carry the legacy of that major monetary shift. This coin represents the consolidation period of decimalization, when the public had fully embraced the new system and the Royal Mint had perfected its manufacturing style. Even so, many of the coins minted in 1979 entered long, hard circulation, making extremely fine examples surprisingly difficult to find today. Every dirty, unassuming coin from this year holds within it the story of a nation still adjusting to its modern currency identity, and that alone gives it a historical weight that collectors appreciate deeply. Because the majority of 1979 new Pence coins were used in everyday transactions and often handled carelessly, finding pieces with strong strikes, intact detail, and minimal wear is far more challenging than most people realize. The coin's copper-nickel composition was chosen for its durability, yet decades of circulation have softened many of the finer design elements, especially the crowned Scottish thistle on the reverse and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. When collectors encounter a 1979 piece covered in dirt, the real excitement comes from the possibility that underneath that surface lies sharp detail protected from the elements. This hidden potential is one of the reasons the 1979 issue has been gaining attention, as even a filthy coin can reveal unexpectedly high quality once properly restored. The market value of the 1979 new Pence has surprised many new collectors. While lower-grade examples remain common, exceptional specimens, those that emerge from hiding with crisp detail and minimal wear, have fetched impressive prices, ranging anywhere from $1,000 to $9,000 or even more. These high-value pieces are usually found in private collections, old drawers, or forgotten containers where they avoided the constant friction of circulation. The dramatic difference between average and exceptional condition creates an exciting dynamic. A coin that looks worthless in its dirty state can reveal itself to be a fortune-changing treasure. The growing fascination with early decimal coins has pushed more collectors to search for these hidden gems, causing demand to rise sharply in recent years. For investors, the 1979 new Pence offers an appealing combination of affordability at entry and high-end appreciation potential. As collectors worldwide shift their attention toward modern historical coins, early decimal issues have gained momentum as a new investment category. The 1979 example benefits from being a late-decade issue that still retains the classic pre-1990 larger size, making it a nostalgic and visually striking piece. Investors who secure certified high-grade examples often see steady long-term growth due to increasing scarcity. Even those who begin with dirty, ungraded coins can turn a modest discovery into a valuable asset by learning proper conservation methods and seeking professional grading when warranted. Collectors interested in the 1979 new Pence must pay close attention to condition and authenticity. A dirty coin with underlying sharp details can be worth significantly more once graded by a respected professional service, so dismissing a coin simply because of its appearance is a common mistake. Understanding grading standards, especially the distinctions between very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated, gives collectors the knowledge needed to evaluate coins accurately. Certification not only confirms the coin's grade, but also protects against counterfeits and enhances its attractiveness on the resale market. A properly graded 1979 specimen becomes a centerpiece in any decimal collection, carrying both historical and financial value. Joining collector communities enhances the search for rare 1979 examples. Many of the finest discoveries are made not through random finds, but through connections built with fellow enthusiasts, dealers, and auction participants. Communities share tips on identifying high-quality strikes, cleaning safely, and recognizing market trends. They also provide access to trading opportunities that rarely appear publicly. Within these groups, the 1979 new Pence is often discussed not only for its financial potential, but also for its role in shaping the modern British coinage landscape. Participating in these networks enriches the collecting experience, turning the pursuit into a collaborative journey rather than a solitary task. Beyond its monetary appeal, The 1979 5 new pence carries cultural symbolism tied to Britain's evolving identity in the late 20th century. Its crown thistle design honors Scotland's heritage and reinforces unity within the United Kingdom, while Queen Elizabeth II's portrait represents continuity and stability during an era of change. Even in dirty condition, the coin reflects a nation balancing tradition with modernization, making it an artistic and cultural artifact as much as a numismatic collectible. Its imagery speaks not only to British citizens, but also to international collectors who admire the aesthetic and historical significance embedded in every detail. As the decades continue to pass, the long-term appreciation of the 1979 5 new pence appears assured. The increasing global interest in early decimal coinage, combined with the scarcity of high-grade examples, positions this coin as a rising star in the numismatic world. Its blend of history, design, durability, and investment potential creates a powerful appeal that shows no signs of slowing. Whether kept as a personal treasure, added to a prestigious collection, or held as a long-term investment, the 1979 5 new pence stands as a symbol of transformation, resilience, and enduring cultural value. Its journey from everyday pocket change to sought-after collectible ensures that its legacy will continue growing for generations to come. The 1979 5 new pence continues to grow in significance as collectors increasingly focus on coins that represent transitional eras, and few periods were more transformative for British currency than the years following decimalization. By 1979, the novelty of the decimal system had worn off, but the sense of modernization it brought was still fresh in the public's memory. This makes every surviving coin from that period a quiet witness to Britain's adaptation to a new financial identity. The 5 new pence, with its bold crowned thistle and dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizes this balance between old tradition and new direction. Even when found in dirty, neglected condition, the original elegance of the design still resonates, creating an emotional connection that elevates the coin far beyond its face value. Collectors also appreciate the 1979 issue because it reflects the artistic and technical standards of the Royal Mint during a pivotal era. Minting practices were evolving, testing new machinery, and adjusting to the increased demand for decimal coins across the UK. As a result, some 1979 pieces carry subtle strike variations, metal texture differences, or minor anomalies that make them even more appealing to numismatic specialists. These tiny details may go unnoticed by casual observers, but to dedicated collectors, they represent rare clues into the craftsmanship process of the time. Discovering a sharply struck example under a layer of dirt is like finding a preserved artifact from a moment when the mint was mastering the balance between precision, durability, and high-volume production. The rising popularity of early decimal coins has also given the 1979 5 new pence newfound status among international collectors, who are increasingly drawn to modern-era British history. Many collectors across Europe, North America, and Asia are fascinated by how the UK managed its transition from an ancient, complex currency system to a streamlined, globally compatible one. These collectors view the 1979 coin not just as a piece of metal, but as a symbol of national evolution. Its presence in foreign collections adds to its prestige, transforming it from a local collectible into an object of global curiosity. As international demand grows, coins once considered common now gain significant scarcity, especially in high grades. Another factor driving the coin's value is the nostalgia it brings to collectors who lived through the late 1970s and early 1980s. For many people, the 5 new pence was a coin they used daily, at school, on buses, in shops, and its disappearance from circulation in later years created a sense of sentimental longing. Nostalgia is a powerful driver in numismatics, often increasing the value of coins that connect generations. Today, When someone uncovers a dirty 1979 5 new pence in an old box or inherited belongings, it often sparks memories, stories, and a renewed appreciation for the coin's place in everyday life. These emotional ties add layers of meaning that further fuel demand and elevate its collectible standing. As time moves forward and more collectors recognize the historical depth and rarity potential of the 1979 5 new pence, its long-term value appreciation becomes increasingly clear. The coin sits at the intersection of cultural symbolism, transitional history, artistic craftsmanship, and international interest, a combination that consistently drives upward price trends in the numismatic world. Each year, high-grade examples become harder to find, and dirty coins that might once have been overlooked are now seen as potential treasures. With its rising prestige, rich background, and undeniable charm, the 1979 5 new pence promises to remain a powerful and enduring collectible, cherished by future generations for its role in shaping Britain's modern monetary story. Fourth, the 1985 new pence coin may seem like a small, ordinary piece of metal to the untrained eye, especially when found in very dirty or heavily circulated condition. But beneath that dull surface lies an incredible chapter of British numismatic history. Born during the early years of the United Kingdom's decimalisation era, this coin represents a pivotal transition from centuries of traditional currency to a modern, simplified system that reshaped the way money functioned across the nation. When collectors search for this date, they aren't simply looking for a coin. They are hunting a fragment of a political, cultural, and economic transformation that reshaped British identity. Its design, scale, and composition give it a place among the most fascinating stories in modern coinage, especially because so few truly high-grade surviving examples still exist today. Although many 1985 new pence coins were minted for everyday use, the number that survived in exceptionally fine or collectible condition is surprisingly small. Most circulated heavily, lost their sharp details, and were tossed aside once smaller denominations were redesigned and resized in later years. That is exactly what makes a rare high-quality specimen so desirable now. A very dirty coin may hide its brilliance at first, but once properly examined, it can reveal crisp edges, original luster, and strong relief that push it into the elite tier of numismatic rarity. Collectors treasure these coins not just because they are scarce, but because they embody the struggle between mass circulation and long-term survival, giving them a mystique that ordinary pocket change could never achieve. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1985 new pence is its metal composition. Although often mistaken for pure nickel, collectors increasingly highlight the copper-based alloy used in certain early planned production batches. This copper presence, subtle, almost secret, adds both historical curiosity and collector appeal, especially in specimens that exhibit unusual tunning patterns after decades of oxidation and exposure. These naturally developed colors, found mostly on dirty or neglected coins, often create unique appearances that cannot be replicated artificially. When numismatists discover such pieces, they know they have something extraordinary, something that carries the fingerprint of time itself. In today's booming collector market, demand for rare decimal coins has reached levels few expected. The 1985 new pence has climbed in value dramatically, with exceptional specimens fetching anywhere from $1,000 to $9,000 or more depending on grading, eye appeal, and rarity of preservation. This unexpected upward surge shows how modern coins, once dismissed as too common or too young to be valuable, are now being re-evaluated as treasures of the transitional era. As collectors realize how few pristine pieces truly remain, especially with the original size of the 5p later discontinued, each high-grade 1980 example becomes a coveted prize with enormous investment potential. Investors now look at this coin not merely as a collectible, but as a long-term asset within the fast-growing world of modern numismatics. Rarity, historical relevance, and increasing global interest all combine to make it a coin whose value isn't just rising, it's accelerating. Dirty examples, often overlooked, can be incredibly rewarding once authenticated and graded, revealing details that elevate them into the high-value category. This is where collectors with sharp eyes and deep knowledge thrive. The 1985 new Pence rewards those who understand how hidden gems often lie beneath years of neglect. For collectors aspiring to secure one of these masterpieces, the path begins with knowledge and community. Understanding grading standards, recognizing original surfaces, and learning how to evaluate details like rim sharpness and die strike quality are essential skills. Professional certification is also crucial, as it not only protects buyers from counterfeits but significantly boosts the market value of a coin. Joining collector communities, attending coin fairs, interacting with seasoned numismatists, and keeping up with auction trends all help collectors stay ahead in a market where opportunities appear and vanish rapidly. These communities often become families, groups of people bound by a shared love of history, metal, and the stories hidden in each coin. Beyond rarity and price, the 1985 new Pence holds powerful cultural symbolism. It represents the modernization of a nation stepping boldly into a new financial era, leaving behind centuries of tradition while honoring the spirit of continuity through its royal imagery. It is a coin that bridges generations, preserved as a memory of change. Its global appeal has grown as collectors from Europe, America, and Asia increasingly seek decimal-era British coins that capture a moment when the world recalibrated its economic systems. The 5 new Pence stands proudly as one of the most recognizable symbols of that evolution. As time moves forward, the long-term appreciation of this coin seems inevitable. Its blend of history, scarcity, and international fascination makes it more than a collectible. It becomes a small, solid piece of legacy. Its value rises not only because of rarity, but because it tells a story worth preserving for future generations. Whether held by investors, historians, or passionate collectors, the 1985 new Pence continues to grow in significance, becoming a cultural artifact whose worth extends far beyond its metal. Its journey from dirty pocket piece to elite auction star proves that sometimes the smallest coins can carry the greatest stories, and their value, both emotionally and financially, continues to shine brighter with every passing year. What truly elevates the 1985 new Pence into a league of its own is how its story continues to unfold with every passing decade. As more collectors recognize its hidden rarity, the supply of high-quality surviving examples grows smaller. Each time a collector secures one, cleans it professionally, certifies it, and stores it away, the open market loses another piece forever. This natural reduction in available coins creates a slow but steady price surge that strengthens the coin's position in the numismatic world. Even coins found in very dirty condition become significant because the more time passes, the fewer untouched discoveries remain in circulation or personal hoards. Every recovered piece adds to the evolving narrative of a coin that is no longer simply collected, it is hunted. The coin's reputation is also boosted by its remarkable aesthetic appeal when studied under proper lighting. The classic crowned thistle design, symbolic of strength and endurance, carries a deep cultural meaning that resonates with collectors worldwide. When the dirt and age are removed and the original brilliance emerges, the coin transforms from an overlooked relic into a shining emblem of British identity. This transformation is one of the reasons collectors fall in love with it. They witness history reawakening right before their eyes. Many even describe the experience of restoring or grading an old, neglected 1985 new Pence as an emotional journey, watching a forgotten object rediscover its value, purpose, and beauty. Another reason the 1985 new pence holds such power in the collecting world is its connection to the broader story of economic shift. Decimalization wasn't merely a currency update, it was a modernization of national structure. People had to relearn the value of money, businesses had to adapt, and education systems had to teach new conversions. This coin is a reminder of that learning curve, a symbol of a nation navigating change with resilience. Collectors who value historical context deeply appreciate that this small piece of metal carries the memory of an entire generation's adjustment, confusion, and eventual triumph. It is more than a monetary object. It is a chapter of social transformation preserved in copper-nickel form. Long-term investors often highlight a powerful truth. Coins like the 1985 new pence are becoming cultural assets rather than simple collectibles. When modern coins enter the realm of high-value collectibles, they offer something older coins cannot: the advantage of younger generations relating to them personally. Many collectors remember using this coin in their childhood, spending it at shops, school canteens, or bus stops. That nostalgia becomes a fuel that drives passion, competition, and rising prices. When emotional connection meets rarity and historical depth, the result is a coin whose value appreciates far beyond traditional expectations. In the global numismatic landscape, the 1985 new pence has steadily earned a respected place. Its appeal crosses borders and languages because it embodies one universal idea: the journey of change. People from different nations see the coin as a reflection of their own histories, where old systems become new and societies adapt. This universal symbolism strengthens its position as an internationally treasured piece. As the decades continue, its cultural, historical, and financial importance will only grow, making it one of the modern era's most unexpectedly powerful coins. One that began as everyday currency, but now stands proudly as an icon of value, heritage, and enduring legacy.